my praise is you better quit because you got something else to do. And you need to win to do that. Praise God. Good morning. I think it's quiet for that benediction. I've been on a pretty rocky road this week. And it was no secret that Brother Brian and I were very close. We still are. I know the pastor said it, I said it publicly also, Charles Evans, but I got you back. I had a rocky emotional trip. Lord, they're blessing me many earth brothers. But you've given me two in my life. One was Reverend Willis, and the other was Reverend Brian. But I still don't consider them alone anymore. And this goes on. But we're going to travel on. As my grandmama used to say, go run on, see what the end's going to be. God is good. We have faith in us. We can only do it with God. Amen. Y'all pray for me and for the Brian family. Praise God for all blessings. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bless you. Pastor Jones, bless you, sir. You know it's kind of hard when the pastor lives in your house. All the grandkids are in my house. So I gotta be in church every day. All day long. It's kind of an unusual situation. Thanks be to God, we make it work. Then you sit down at the table and eat breakfast, and you look across and your pastor's there. It's a good thing. Keep us all straight up. But it's a deep pleasure to be back in this hallowed place. I asked the Lord what did He would have of me to speak to the people. I had several ways to go, but we kind of stayed in the Old Testament for a couple of things. And when we sang that song about He is able, it kind of gave me confirmation about what I'm about to do this morning. Right, yes, God. Truly, God is able. If you will stand, please, and find your Bibles and turn to the Old Testament, 2 Kings, please. 2 Kings, chapter 4. And we will live for your hearing the first 7 verses of chapter 4. And your devils and peace say amen. I will be reading from the King James Version. And it reads thusly. Now there cried a certain woman of the wives of the sons of the prophets unto Elisha, saying, Thy servant my husband is dead, and thou knowest that thy servant did fear the Lord, and the Creator and the creditor is come to take unto him my 2 sons to be bondsmen. And Elisha said unto her, What shall I do for thee? Tell me, what hast thou in the house? And she said, Thine handmaid had not anything in the house save a pot of oil. Then he said, Go, borrow the vessels abroad of all thy neighbors, even empty vessels. Borrow not a few. And when thou hast come in, thou shalt shut the door upon thee, and thou shalt shut the door upon thee and thy sons, and shalt pour out into all those vessels, and thou shalt set aside that which is full. So she went from him and shut the door upon her and upon her sons, who brought the vessels to her, and she poured out. And it came to pass, when the vessels were full, that she said unto her son, Bring me yet a vessel. And he said unto her, There is not a vessel more. And the oil stayed. May God bless it to read and understand of his word. And the oil stayed. Bible, as Revelation said, this one I would add a title unto this. It will be the Lord will bless you anyhow. And you can secondly look at, do I have empty vessels? Now we look at our televisions and we read our newspapers and listen to news commentators and we read on the internet, wherever we can find, we see that down along the southern border of this great country that there's a phenomenon occurring where parents are losing their children under force to be incarcerated. We find that as so horrible to look at. I wonder how can even imagine how the parents who travel some hundreds of miles to get to the point and then have their families disrupted and children taken. But looking at that, I translate that into what we see in 2 Kings about the wife who's losing, the widow who's losing her two sons. They are going to be enslaved. She obviously, according to the scriptures in the first verse, is the wife of a prophet, or a follower of the prophet. And back in those days, according to what I could find, it was legal that when the death occurs, that his debtors will collect immediately what he owed them. Since she was a widow, and since she had no other source of income except her husband, they were going to take her sons as bondsmen, take them into slavery and be paid for the debt. Now this was a woman of a husband who had been a follower of the prophet. She obviously then had taken on some of the characteristics that he had. So she was trying to figure her way out on how I'm going to keep myself. I can imagine how those people down on the border must feel too. So she found and said, I'm going to find me somebody that can help me. So she went to Elijah. As the scripture says, yes, what can I do for you? What do you have in the house? She said, only one pot of oil. Now back in those days, oil was used for almost anything. It was a common thing. It wasn't expensive item to have. Obviously, since she was poor, she only had a small amount of oil, I would imagine. Because she said only one. So Elijah decided that he's going to bless her. So he gave her instructions to do. Go gather all the vessels that you can find. Not a few. There's a whole lot of them. She was obedient, as she should have been, and she did go get the vessels. She went in and followed instructions and shut the door upon herself and her son. And she began to pour. Now, as she poured, I can imagine that this one pot that she had, it didn't say whether it was a big pot or the small pot, but obviously it was ample, but because it did provide for her needs until that point. So she began to pour from the small pot to the empty vessel. Vessel after vessel after vessel, she poured. Until there was no more vessels to be filled. Seemed like she was surprised when she asked her son, are there any more? He said, there's no more left. And then the scripture said the oil stayed. So I kept asking myself, go find out what stay means. What happened to the oil? Why did it stay? What is stay? And the only thing that I could find out that go off with what I was reading was that when the vessels were full, the oil stopped. There was no more oil to be filled in the vessel. So I began to extrapolate a little bit. What are you telling them? What is staying? Well, when all of the vessels are full, there is no more need for God to pour out his blessing. But then when I looked at that thing and flipped that thing around, I thought, wait a minute now. What do we have that we can bring to you as an empty vessel? Our soul, our desire, our expectations. Let me say to you, when I can find and discover that our feeling of the Holy Spirit is dependent just how much of a vessel we have. If you do not wish to be filled, you will not be filled. If you don't have a desire to find God, you will not find him. Amen. Therefore, if your vessels are empty and you have not found him, guess what? Your vessels stay empty. You're not going to be blessed. All in that it encompasses, that is our expectations. You know, when I went to med school, they taught us one thing that I had trouble with for several years until I began to actually practice. It said that your expectations in medicine as to whether you will heal depend a lot on you. If you expect to be healed, you will be healed. It don't matter whether I give you a prescription or anybody give you a prescription. If they give you a prescription and you don't expect that it's going to work, it likely will not work. So, if we expect something from God, he will give us what we expect. If we expect a healing from God, we're going to get a healing. If we do not expect a healing, guess what? There is no healing. Encompasses in that also is obedience. Follow the lady with the issue of the oil. She followed instructions explicitly. She got the vessel. She went in the house. She went in the door, closed the door of the sun, and she poured out until the vessels were full. When there was no more need for a blessing, God stopped giving. Think about it this way. If the vessels were not filled correctly, by that I mean if the empty vessel was not held precisely and spilled all out, that means that God's blessing was spilling out on the floor and then they are useless. All right? So we have to follow the instructions correctly. What if the young man that may have been helping his mother hold the vessel and he gets distracted and looks some other way? So what that means is whatever we are asking God for, stay on that. Be consistent. Be attentive. And trust him. Then he will fulfill and provide. Among those things that we find is that the fewer empty vessels we have, the fewer blessings we get. So if we have lots of issues, like the lady that got a lot of vessels to fill, she got lots of vessels. Conversely, what would have happened if she only took a few vessels? After he had told her to get a lot of them, then she would have had a few vessels. I tell you today, we have about as much of God that we can fill our vessels with as many vessels that we have empty. That made me say it clear. We have about as much of the Holy Spirit today in our lives, about as much as we have empty vessels. If we don't open up our hearts, which is a vessel, to allow God to come in, then we don't have much to work on. If we say we need him in our lives, then we have to prepare our vessel to receive him. Now, since God is infinite, and we were studying back this past week, in Leviticus in my Wednesday Bible study, and we were looking about the sin offering. And one of the things that came about the sin offering in chapter 7, when the Levites were charged to burn the fire in the tabernacle continuously all night. I did a lot of research trying to figure out why was that so. And what I came up with is that burning continuously 24/7 has to do with how much devotion Christ had for us in his giving. You got me? What I mean is, that burning and his blessings are in devotedness, if you want to, how he's devoted to us, to bless us. That's what I mean. He cannot help himself but to provide for us. Now that's a beautiful thought. We exist on the blessings of an all-powerful God who don't know anything to do about what he does. And that is to take care of us. But inside of all of that, there's preparedness that we have to be. We have to put ourselves in a situation for that to occur. As I was looking about these blessings and thinking about the people out at the border and the lady at the well and things today, how we lose people and lose loved ones, and we find ourselves on the dark side sometimes, and we ask the Lord, I need your help. I need you to get me through this. And with everything I just said, with my desire for that to happen, with my obedience to him, with my expectations, all of those things wrapped up, we get through it. You will get through it. But you have to ask him for it. And desire to have it. As I went through further, trying to piece things together, I was still confused because my heart was dark on one side and prepared on the other side of this. And when I just asked him, where do I go? How do I deal with this now? Particularly with this coming up Sunday for me to be in this place, at this time. And he just told me, remember, I will be with you. I will be with you. And it's just, this is a God who cannot lie. Then we have to expect that he is going to be with us because he said he will be with us. So when I began to look back, and I heard some words this morning. I heard him tell the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? I looked a little bit where he was saying, I will hide you in the tabernacle. He told Ezekiel wrote it up there in the book, he said, I am your will. In the middle of it. You see, and if you go look at that, when you read that, I think in Ezekiel 10, when you look at that, you find out that everywhere the wheels went, God did. And Solomon called him his road sheriff. And his lily of the valley. He said these things to these people. I read somewhere where he said there's no job too big or too small, God. So when I began to see my little things, my little time that I have spent trying to get him to do things for me, but very small when I compared to what I was reading. See, there's one little speck. But that tells you just how great God is. But if you take all of these and you just combine them into one thing. And we commonly say, and I wonder sometimes if we ever think to express that, explain that, and expand it more about when we say that God is good. What does that really mean? What does it really mean to you as an individual believer that God is good? Does that mean you can do anything you want? No. Does that mean you can say anything you want? No. There's a certain way you have to display that goodness from God that dwells in us. All right. When we say God is good, that is his goodness. His graciousness towards us. Even when we do not deserve it, and that's every day. But we still do everything that we're not supposed to do. But when we look at his graciousness toward us, that tells me that he is great. When we sing that song, he's great. Yes, he's great. Yeah. And it's all towards us as individual followers of Christ. I say to you, remember who Christ is. Don't doubt Christ when the opportunity comes. Hold tight. Cling to it. And we're going to need him every day. Every hour. And we say, in sweet hour of prayer, that's it. Sweet hour. We need God. And all we have to do is ask. These are troubling times for each and every one of us. When a Christian has trouble, there's only one avenue for him or her. Right. That avenue is Christ. And you can go there on your knees, you can stand up, you can go in the closet, you can roll on your back, whatever. I don't care how you approach it, it is still Jesus Christ. You can call him what you will, but believe that he is, and he will. And he is a rewarder, as we said in Hebrews. He is a rewarder of those people that seek him. Hang tight. In troubling times, don't despair. God has got our back. Don't despair. Don't deny him the opportunity to serve us, which is what he created us for. Don't deny him the opportunity to watch us grow and then spread him, as Pastor said, deep and wide to somebody else. That is our job. That is the opportunity that we must take hold of and make it go forward. Tell somebody about Christ. Yeah. If you really, truly are satisfied with what you have in God, then you can't help but tell somebody about it. What you're doing, if you deny yourself the enjoyment and the pleasure of telling somebody, I am a child of God. Amen. Don't do that to yourself. When you get used to doing it, you'll find that you miss doing it. And you'll find there is a comfort. There's an indwelling comfort. A comfortness that's hard to explain. But you can feel good about yourself